as the visual screen gently fades into darkness, allow yourself to settle into a quiet, restful posture. Take a slow, deep breath, letting the worries of the day dissolve into the quiet expanse surrounding you. We begin our journey far beneath the surface of the sea, where the light of the sun gradually surrenders to a calm and silent twilight. Far below the breaking waves, where the turbulence of the surface turns into absolute stillness, the ocean opens up into a vast, peaceful sanctuary. In this quiet realm known as the Bathypelagic zone, the water carries a cool, soothing weight, wrapping everything in a steady, motionless hush. It is a place of profound rest, untouched by time or weather, where life moves to a slow and measured rhythm of light and darkness. Here, in the deep shadow of the sea, the world narrows to a soft, lingering stillness that invites the mind to drift into complete tranquility. Humanity first glimpsed this hidden world almost a century ago, carried down into the abyss by curiosity and courage. In August 1934, marine biologist William Beebe looked through the 3-inch thick quartz window of the Bathysphere at 3,024 feet off Bermuda and recorded soft, rhythmically pulsing pale blue lights drifting through the Bathypelagic dark. Sealed within his tiny iron sphere, suspended by a slender cable in the cold twilight, he watched in quiet wonder as phantom embers of biological illumination flickered and faded against the featureless black. These soft pulses were not harsh or sudden, but rather like slow breathing, glowing momentarily before melting back into the peaceful gloom. Beebe noted the delicate harmony of these faint oceanic fires, observing how they transformed the silent abyss into an underwater night sky filled with drifting, living stars. Among the gentle inhabitants of these deep waters are creatures designed by nature to weave themselves seamlessly into the twilight. Drifting in bathypelagic waters between 200 and 1,000 meters, the velvet-belly lantern shark, Myctophidae spinax, uses thousands of ventral photophores to emit a steady, gentle 475 nanometer blue glow that perfectly matches the soft downwelling moonlight from the surface. By matching the precise shade and intensity of the filtered rays trickling down from above, this small, graceful shark effectively erases its own silhouette against the pale water overhead. This quiet form of camouflage, known as counter-illumination, allows the lantern shark to glide through the shadows like a ghost, wrapped in a soft blanket of light that protects it from the darkness below, while blending harmoniously with the subtle glow from above. As you sink deeper into comfort, imagine the tranquil rhythm of these faint blue lights drifting through the silent ocean floor. There is no urgency in the deep trenches, only a continuous, soothing ebb and flow of living light that has persisted for millions of years. Every gentle pulse of luminescence serves as a quiet reminder of nature's endless beauty and peace, hidden beneath the surface of our restless world. Let your thoughts rest upon these calm, glowing waters, feeling safe and supported in the quiet dark, as your body releases every lingering tension. and prepares for a peaceful, undisturbed sleep. As we journey deeper beneath the ocean surface, the world above fades into a forgotten whisper. The brilliant azure of the sun-warmed shallows gradually softens, shifting into a serene, meditative dusk known as the mesopelagic zone. Here, between the upper reaches of light and the profound blackness of the abyss, a stillness settles over the boundless column of water. The immense pressure of the ocean holds everything in a calm embrace, cushioning the quiet creatures that make this shadow world their home. Currents move slowly here, like gentle breaths drawn across vast distances, carrying tiny nutrients along invisible pathways. In this vast realm of shadow, where day and night cease to hold meaning, the passage of time is measured not by clocks or sunbeams, but by the quiet shimmer of living light. The mind naturally slows to match the rhythm of this environment, letting go of the noise of the land and settling into the cool tranquility of the deep sea. Drifting peacefully through these twilight waters is a tiny, remarkable inhabitant of the ocean depths. At depths between 300 and 1,000 meters, the giant planktonic ostracod Macrocypridina castania releases soft, cloud-like pulses of blue luminescent fluid into the dark water that swell gently and linger for several peaceful seconds before dissolving. This delicate creature, enclosed in a translucent, seed-like shell, moves with small, rhythmic flutters, floating effortlessly through the dark expanse. When casting its subtle glow into the surrounding void, it never bursts into sudden brightness. Instead, the liquid light spreads slowly, expanding outward in a soothing azure bloom that illuminates the clear water with a soft, misty radiance. For a brief, magical moment, the darkness softens into a peaceful sanctuary of cerulean hues. The light hovers in the stillness, suspended without effort, before quietly fading back into the deep night from which it emerged. These gentle pulses of light resemble watercolor paint dropped into still water, expanding with lazy elegance into soft ribbons of sapphire and indigo. There is a profound quiet in watching such a display, a reminder of the tranquil mysteries that unfold ceaselessly in the hidden corners of our planet. Oceanographers studying these depths have long admired the peaceful efficiency of such bioluminescent signals. Unlike the quick flashes of surface creatures, the luminous fluid released by asterisk Macrocypridina castania hangs suspended, a soothing beacon floating in a world that has known darkness for millions of years. As each cloud of luminescence gradually thins and disappears, the water returns to its undisturbed rest. The repetition of this gentle cycle, the subtle emergence of light, followed by a slow, seamless fade back into shadow, creates a visual lullaby, inviting the observer to breathe deeply and rest. In this deep, quiet world, every movement is soft and unhurried. The vast weight of the ocean above creates a sanctuary of total silence, free from the turbulence of storms and the shifting tides of the surface. Here, light is not a glare to be avoided, but a rare, precious gift that appears like a quiet thought in the dark. As the ocean currents drift onward, carrying these small, luminous beings through their peaceful domain, the deep sea remains a place of profound rest. We can imagine ourselves resting alongside them, drifting safely in the quiet waters, surrounded by the gentle pulse of blue light that glows, lingers, and quietly melts into eternal peace. Far beneath the restless ocean surface, long after the last faint traces of sunlight have dissolved into the cool waters, there lies a realm of absolute quiet and unending dark. In these vast abyssal depths, the pressure of the ocean creates a vast, motionless stillness where time seems to slow down to a peaceful, steady murmur. Here, life does not fight the darkness, but rather soft lights it, creating delicate illuminations that drift through the water column like falling embers in a calm night sky. As deep currents move with an unhurried, ancient patience, the creatures of the dark bathypelagic depths reveal their own quiet rhythms, transforming the cold black void into a sanctuary of soft, breathing light. The silence here is complete, enveloping everything in a soothing blanket of calm that invites deep, restorative rest and tranquil contemplation. In this serene expanse between 600 and 1200 meters below the surface, the atmosphere is one of profound solitude and gentle motion. Floating peacefully through these midwater reaches, delicate organisms interact with their quiet environment in ways that mirror the slow, even breathing of a sleeping world. At depths between 600 and 1,200 meters, the squid Vampirotuthis infernalis releases tiny, calm orbs of bioluminescent mucus from its arm tips that pulse with a soft blue glow for up to 10 minutes in the bathypelagic dark. These azure spheres linger in the water column like tiny suspended stars, casting a warm and tranquil light across the surrounding void as they slowly drift and dissolve over many peaceful minutes. There is no haste in their glowing. The soft blue radiance pulses with an enduring consistency, offering a steady and comforting beacon in the vastness before imperceptibly waning into the quiet dark. Farther down, where the deep seafloor begins to take shape beneath the weight of the sea, other subtle forms of light begin their quiet work. Upon the seabed, deep-water sea stars rest peacefully in the soft sediments, harboring small companions that contribute to the ocean's silent symphony. Living symbiotically on deep-water sea stars below 500 meters, the scale wormachalo astericola produces soft, rhythmic flashes of emerald green luminescence that ripple sequentially along its dorsal plates at 2-second intervals. As each emerald wave moves smoothly down the length of the worm, it creates a hypnotic cadence that repeats with perfect, soothing precision. The steady 2-second rhythm feels like a calm heartbeat, soothing the surrounding waters as the green light travels along the creature's back in quiet harmony with its sea star host. Together, these drifting azure orbs and rhythmic green waves create a peaceful tapestry of light that sways to the deep ocean's silent, ancient pulse. Every soft glow is a quiet reminder of life's gentle resilience in the deepest trenches, where light is shared peacefully and without any demand. As you drift along these silent oceanic pathways, the steady, rhythmic interval of emerald flashes and the long, calm glow of blue mucus envelope the deep in a serene, unbroken harmony. The ocean seems to breathe in unison with these delicate lights, carrying away every remaining thought and leaving behind only the tranquil cadence of a world at rest. As we descend further into the ocean's bathypelagic realm, the familiar warmth of the sunlit surface recedes into a distant memory, replaced by a quiet, twilight calm. In this vast and silent expanse, where sunlight cannot reach, life creates its own gentle illumination to navigate the velvet dark. Here, the water moves with a slow, measured patience, cradling creatures that have adapted to a world governed by softness, pressure, and rhythm, drifting in the deep ocean below 800 meters. The small octopod asterisk, Storotuthis ciotensis, transforms its non-adhesive arm suckers into photophores that emit quiet pulses of 470 nanometer blue-green light every 1 to 2 seconds. These tiny lanterns, arranged along the delicate webbing of its arms, do not flash with urgency, but rather glow with a soothing cadence reminiscent of a tranquil heartbeat resting in the cold abyssal waters. The specific wavelength of this blue-green radiance is uniquely suited for the deep ocean environment, because ocean water absorbs longer wavelengths of light like red and orange quite quickly. Shorter blue-green waves travel effortlessly through the chilly depths, scattering softly into the gloom like muted stars suspended in an endless night. As the octopod drifts along the subtle underwater currents, its gentle pulses offer a serene display, outlining its delicate form in a calm, repetitive pattern. This bioluminescent choreography serves as a quiet language in a realm where sight is rare, delicate, and precious. Each individual pulse carries no harshness, only a soft glow that momentarily brightens the surrounding water before gracefully dimming back into the peaceful dark. The steady rhythm creates an atmosphere of deep tranquility, reminding us of how life finds balance and quiet beauty in the most remote depths of our world, maintaining a timeless stillness far beneath the rolling ocean waves above. Slightly deeper still, in the vast quietude that stretches toward the abyssal floor, other sea creatures share this silent mastery of living illumination. At depths down to 940 meters, the Dana octopus squid, Tenengiadani, controls large, lemon-shaped photophores on its arm tips, opening and closing eyelid-like sheaths to produce soft, 2-second pulses of bright, white light through the dark water. These specialized sheaths move with a graceful, unhurried precision, drawing back smoothly to reveal brief moments of clarity before closing gently once more. The gentle mechanism allows the squid to regulate its light with absolute poise, turning bright lanterns into quiet embers in the blink of an eye. continuous or flickering blue-green glows of smaller organisms. These soft white pulses offer a gentle contrast against the deep indigo void, fading evenly as the eyelid-like sheaths rest over the photophores. As asterisk Teningia danae moves fluidly through the midnight depths, the slow opening and closing of its luminous sheaths echoes a calm breathing pattern, casting a soothing glow across the cold water before letting the darkness return to its natural, undisturbed rest. In this hidden world, the light does not overpower the darkness. It simply rests within it, pulsing softly like a quiet lullaby carried across the endless deep. Each momentary beacon flares and subsides with rhythmic grace, leaving behind only the calm silence of the oceanic abyss and the slow, peaceful drift of deep water currents that carry these glowing marvels through the quiet night. In the quiet expanse of the deep ocean, far below the reach of sunlight, the water moves with a patient, unhurried rhythm. Here, in the immense stillness of the abyss, darkness is not an absence, but a vast and peaceful canvas where life speaks through subtle glows of indigo and emerald. Millions of tiny organisms drift gently within the water column, suspended in an eternal twilight that feels completely removed from the turbulence of the surface world. Down in these mysterious depths, where the pressure is immense and the cold remains constant throughout the centuries, bioluminescence serves as a quiet language of connection. It is a slow, luminous breathing of the sea, soft and comforting, soothing the midnight waters with tiny flashes and long, cascading pulses of cold light. Unlike the sudden, piercing glares of the world above, deep-sea luminescence glows with a calm intensity, inviting a deep sense of tranquil wonder to anyone who contemplates the secrets hidden within the Earth's vastest waters. As currents carry delicate pelagic creatures across the abyssal plains, their delicate bodies emit steady, rhythmic shimmers that flicker like distant stars suspended in a calm midnight sky. Every creature plays its subtle part in this quiet symphony of light, creating an atmosphere of profound serenity that has endured for millions of years. This gentle phenomena has long fascinated those who sought to understand the quiet mysteries of the ocean depths. During the 1873 Deep-Sea Challenger expedition, naturalist Henry Nottage mostly recorded that gently touching a 4-foot pyrosoma colony caused rhythmic waves of soft blue-green light to drift smoothly across its tube at 5 centimeters per second. The pyrosoma, a colonial creature made of thousands of individual zooids working in quiet harmony, displayed this soothing wave without any hint of urgency or distress. Mostly observed how the illumination would begin precisely at the point of contact, unfolding softly across the cylindrical body like a wave of serene color moving through a dark hall. The speed of 5 centimeters per second felt less like a mechanical response and more like a gentle, measured pulse, a slow spreading of quiet brilliance that illuminated the surrounding dark waters in a breathtaking display of living light. To the sailors and scientists aboard the historic vessel, drifting upon the open expanse of the ocean under the quiet night sky, witnessing such a serene expression of living illumination offered a rare glimpse into the profound beauty hidden beneath the waves. It revealed that even in the cold, sunless realm of the deep sea, life responds to touch not with fear or sudden alarm, but with a peaceful, flowing harmony of radiance. As we reflect upon these rhythmic pulses of light, the ocean seems to whisper its own quiet rhythm of rest. Each wave of blue-green brilliance drifting across a pyrosome colony reminds us of the delicate balance that exists throughout the marine world. In the absolute quiet of the deep trenches, these gentle lights continue to pulse slowly, untouched by time or the busyness of the land above. The deep ocean breathes in silence, its living lanterns flickering in a timeless lullaby that carries a sense of boundless peace. As the soft blue-green radiance slowly fades back into the darkness, it leaves behind a quiet stillness, inviting the mind to settle into a deep, uninterrupted slumber beneath the vast, soothing waters of the deep blue sea. As the journey down into the ocean's silent depths continues, the sun's warm rays gradually soften, yield, and finally vanish altogether into a realm of serene, unending calm. Here, hundreds of meters below the surface, the Bathypelagic realm stretches out like a vast, peaceful sanctuary held in eternal shadow. The immense pressure of the deep sea is remarkably soft and steady, cradling every delicate organism in a gentle, weightless embrace, while cool, quiet currents drift with the patient cadence of an ancient breathing pattern. In this tranquil solitude, far removed from the noise and restless movement of the surface world, life does not retreat into darkness. Instead, it crafts its own delicate illumination. Gentle marine creatures float through the stillness, carrying quiet glows that flicker, wave, and rhythmically pulse like distant stars drifting across an underwater twilight sky. Every movement in this abyssal sanctuary is unhurried and fluid, inviting the mind to settle into a deeply restful, slow rhythm. Moving slowly through these shadowed waters, the deep-water crowned jellyfish Atala produces a slow, circular wave of 470 nanometer blue luminescence that glides around the perimeter of its bell like a quiet, revolving beacon. This soft azure light moves with a hypnotic regularity, pulsing gracefully through the translucent tissue of the bell without any haste or urgency. The particular wavelength of blue light travels far through the clear ocean water, glowing gently like a silent, underwater lighthouse, guiding nothing but the peaceful currents around it. As the circular wave finishes its journey around the bell's edge, another soft pulse begins, creating an ethereal rhythm that seems to echo the tranquil, steady pulse of human breathing. Each glowing ring of light fades as smoothly as it appeared, leaving only a calm, lingering warmth in the imagination before melting back into the dark stillness of the deep. Floating nearby, equally unhurried and weightless, other fragile organisms illuminate the bathypelagic drift with their own quiet brilliance as they float peacefully through the deep marine waters. First documented during a 1978 Alvin submersible dive, the fragile comb jelly Bathysphere drifts at depths around 1,000 meters, while calcium-activated photoproteins generate smooth waves of 493 nanometer blue-green luminescence across its transparent lobes. These delicate photoproteins react with quiet, graceful precision to subtle chemical signals within the creature's translucent body, sending soothing waves of color across its clear, paper-thin tissues as it glides effortlessly through the cool marine current. The gentle, slow shift from pure blue to soft blue-green creates a deeply restful tapestry of glowing light, shimmering quietly across the void before settling once more into a dark, meditative, and unbroken tranquility. As these living beacons glow and fade in graceful sequence, their slow interplay brings a profound sense of harmony to the oceanic depths. The deep trench becomes a place of complete stillness and quiet wonder, where light is not a sudden glare, but a soft, rhythmic lullaby painted against the backdrop of the dark. The ocean holds all these fragile forms with tender care, floating them gently through vast space and timeless hours. Resting here amidst the quiet pulse of the abyss, the mind finds soft permission to release every remaining tension, following the slow, cascading waves of blue and green into a peaceful, dreamlike rest. As we venture deeper into the quiet ocean depths, where sunlight gradually fades into absolute stillness, the marine world opens into a vast, undisturbed sanctuary of perpetual shadow. Here, within the immense water column far beneath the churning surface waves, the sea moves with an ancient and untroubled rhythm, holding a constant, comforting equilibrium. Massive hydrostatic pressure and silent currents envelop every layer of water, establishing a soothing environment untouched by the turbulent weather of the surface world. The vast water volume acts as a natural optical dampener, absorbing all restlessness from above and creating a serene, velvet sanctuary where every motion is soft and deliberate. In this peaceful expanse, illumination does not disappear entirely. Rather, it transforms from the broad glare of the sky into delicate, self-generated pulses of living light. Marine biology adapts to the total dark with remarkable subtlety, developing specialized photophores that glow with measured, purposeful restraint. The surrounding sea diffuses every tiny spark until the abyssal space feels like a gentle shelter, resting beneath a thick blanket of sea. Each subtle flicker is slow and calming to witness, mirroring the steady, quiet breathing of a world existing far beyond human time. Drifting quietly through these shadowy waters at depths near 1,000 meters, the deep-sea fish Malacosteus niger emits rhythmic pulses of far-red light at a wavelength of 700 nanometers from suborbital photophores beneath its eyes, creating a soft beam invisible to surrounding marine life. This subtle illumination functions as a private lantern in the abyss, guiding the fish without revealing its presence to others. Because nearly all organisms inhabiting these profound depths possess vision, attuned strictly to shorter blue and green wavelengths. This long-wave red emission passes through the darkness without disrupting the calm of neighboring creatures. The fish glides forward in slow motion, sweeping its soft, hidden beacon across the quiet water column like a gentle explorer navigating a silent room. Because red wavelengths of light are rapidly absorbed by seawater within a short span, this gentle luminescence glows only locally, illuminating immediate surroundings while preserving the vast, tranquil darkness beyond. Watching this secret glow provides a profound sense of stillness, showing how nature creates quiet, protected spaces even within the deepest wildernesses of the planet. In bathypelagic waters below 1,000 meters, the transparent planktonic worm Tomopteris produces rhythmic, glowing drops of rare golden yellow light at 560 nanometers that ripple softly along the margins of its delicate paddle-like parapodia. Unlike the ubiquitous blue bioluminescence that characterizes most deep ocean habitats, this warm golden hue is an exceptional rarity in the dark abyss, casting an ethereal amber radiance across the creature's crystal clear body. As the worm propels itself slowly through the water, each gentle stroke releases tiny, luminous droplets that linger like drifting embers before dissolving into the silent sea. Each glowing droplet, suspended in the ocean, glows like a soft star in a night sky, slowly diminishing until the darkness resumes its unbroken, peaceful dominion. The rhythmic, wave-like motion of the parapodia creates a hypnotic visual cadence, a peaceful dance of geometry and light that lulls the mind into deep restfulness. In these vast, silent depths, where time seems to stretch and pause, such delicate displays of living light invite an enduring sense of calm, guiding us toward a quiet, undisturbed sleep. Far beneath the sunlit surface of the open sea, down where the last faint wisps of blue melt into complete and uninterrupted shadow, lies a quiet realm of infinite stillness. In these vast bathypelagic depths, spanning between 1,000 and 3,000 meters below the gentle swell of the waves, the ocean settles into an enduring, unhurried calm. Here, the weight of the immense water column creates a silent sanctuary, completely detached from the rhythms of day and night that govern the world far above. Time seems to slow down to a whisper, measured only by the imperceptible drift of deep currents and the silent snowfall of organic particles settling toward the seafloor. In this cool, dark expanse, life adapts to the quietude with extraordinary delicacy, moving with an effortless grace that that requires minimal energy and invites absolute serenity. There are no sudden movements in this abyssal sanctuary, no harsh interruptions to disturb the quiet dark. Instead, creature and current drift together in a harmonious cadence, attuned to the soft, steady rhythm of the deep sea. The temperature remains constant and cool, hovering just above freezing, creating an environment of profound stability where nothing is ever rushed. In this peaceful solitude, the mind can rest, letting go of the tension of waking hours as it descends alongside the subtle, dark currents. Every movement in this realm is measured and soft, echoing the tranquil vastness of an unexplored world that rests in timeless slumber. Floating gently within these velvet waters, suspended like a dark ribbon in the quiet void, is an extraordinary inhabitant of the deep. In bathypelagic waters, between 1,000 and 3,000 meters, the pelican eel Europharynx pelicanids gently sways its long, whip-like tail to produce rhythmic, peaceful pulses of soft pink, light from a specialized photophore at its tip. This delicate display is unlike the bright, sharp flashes often seen in shallower, agitated waters. Instead, it is a serene and soothing beacon that glows with a subtle warmth against the cold obsidian background. The eel moves with barely perceptible sways, maintaining its position in the water column with minimal exertion, allowing the gentle movement of its tail to set a quiet pace. Each pulse of light blossoms slowly, held for a brief, comforting moment before softly dimming back into darkness, only to bloom once again in a natural, repeating lullaby of luminescence. Surrounding organisms move around this gentle pulse with quiet familiarity, drawn into the slow, meditative rhythm that emanates through the dark. The soft pink tone, unusual and mild in the deep sea, casts a tranquil warmth over the immediate waters, illuminating tiny floating particles like distant dust, suspended in a silent beam of moonlight. It is a light designed not to startle, but to soothe, radiating a quiet presence through the immense ocean depths. As you watch this soft bioluminescent beat, your breath naturally slows, synchronizing with the steady ebb and flow of light in the quiet abyss. The vast ocean holds everything in a state of absolute peace, inviting your thoughts to settle gently and drift away into complete, effortless tranquility. In this dark and still world, the pelican eel's glowing tail continues its soothing cadence, holding an enduringly quiet space for peaceful, deeply restful, and undisturbed sleep. Far beneath the surface, where sunlight fades into total stillness, the deep ocean trenches rest in an eternal, soothing dark. Here, thousands of meters below the rolling waves, the water settles into a calm, steady rhythm, carrying cold currents across vast abyssal plains and silent, submerged canyons. The pressure of the deep is not a burden, but a gentle envelope holding the silent world in absolute peace. Suspended in this endless expanse, tiny particles of marine snow fall as slowly as winter flakes, drifting lazily through the midnight waters. In this quiet sanctuary, life does not move with hurry or noise, but with measured, graceful ease. Everything moves in a slow, meditative cadence, tuned to the quiet heartbeat of the deep ocean floor. Here, light is not a bright glare from above, but a rare and lovely gift crafted by the creatures of the deep themselves. A gentle luminescence that glows briefly before softly dissolving back into the dark. Deeper still within these silent canyons, long and ethereal forms drift effortlessly through the tranquil water column. Among these remarkable wonders, stretching up to 40 meters through deep ocean trenches, the siphonophore Praya dubia sends rhythmic pulses of soft turquoise light, cascading sequentially down its long, delicate stem, like a faint string of luminous pearls suspended in a midnight sky. Each delicate signal travels smoothly along its length, creating a soothing wave of color that lulls the surrounding abyss into a deeper quiet. The turquoise glow flows softly, without any sudden shifts, moving from one segment to the next like a slow breath in the cool water. As the creature glides slowly through the trench, its faint lantern beam illuminates tiny floating motes, weaving a serene tapestry of soft color against the shadows. The rhythmic motion repeats again and again, a continuous, quiet heartbeat that measures time in waves of soft radiance. In neighboring depths, other gentle ocean dwellers share this calm, luminous language of the deep canyon floor. Discovered in 2009 by marine biologist Karen Osborne at depths down to 3,793 meters, the pelagic worm Swima, Bombivirides, gently releases tiny oval sacs that emit a quiet, rhythmic green luminescence as they float through the dark ocean canyon. These tiny green spheres drift away into the abyss like miniature lanterns floating on a midnight breeze, casting a brief, soothing emerald aura into the dark. Each sac pulses with a calm, steady light as it slowly recedes, illuminating the gentle currents that carry it downward into the peaceful expanse. The pelagic worm glides effortlessly behind them, serene and undisturbed in the vast blue-black depths. There is no urgency in these glowing drops, only a quiet release that brightens the dark for a fleeting moment before vanishing gracefully into the quiet waters. Together, these delicate pulses of turquoise and emerald transform the dark trench into a serene sky of soft, breathing light. The cool currents cradle every movement, carrying the faint glows across the abyss in an endless, peaceful dance. Every pulse of light is a gentle reminder of life's quiet persistence in the deepest realms of the earth, where silence reigns and time stands still. As the turquoise cascade fades into the distance and the green lanterns drift into soft shadow, the deep returns to its comforting rest. The trench cradles all its creatures in a slow, rhythmic hush, inviting the mind to rest alongside the tranquil waters of the deep sea, drifting into unbroken, peaceful sleep. far beneath the sunlit surface of the world's oceans, where the immense weight of the water creates an eternal and soothing stillness. The deepest marine trenches remain wrapped in a perpetual midnight. In this calm and isolated realm, thousands of meters beneath the restless waves of the surface, life does not move in haste, but rather flows in gentle, unhurried measures. For many years, marine scientists have lowered specialized, remotely operated submersibles down into these silent abysses, seeking to understand the quiet mysteries hidden within the absolute dark. Observations from the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute's submersibles Ventana and Tiburon revealed that deep trench ctenophores emit rhythmic, shimmering light waves generated by the synchronized beating of microscopic comb plate cilia. As these delicate, translucent comb jellies drift lazily through the cool water, their tiny, hair-like projections beat in flawless unison, sending soft cascades of iridescent luminescence cascading along their transparent bodies like distant starlight passing through a soft mist. There is no urgency to their rhythmic displays. Each passing wave of light is merely a gentle, steady pulse that brightens for a brief moment before dissolving smoothly back into the comforting quiet of the deep sea, sinking still further down into the velvet shadows where the ocean floor flattens into vast, undisturbed plains of ancient sediment. Other soft-bodied creatures move in complete tranquility, hovering near the abyssal ocean floor at depths down to 1,000 meters. The translucent hydromedusa Benthocotin hyalinus contracts its bell in slow, rhythmic beats, while hundreds of delicate, red-tinted marginal tentacles glow with a faint blue luminescence. The deep crimson hue of its fine, fringe-like tentacles helps to mask any stray reflections in the dark, while the pale blue bioluminescence pulses gently against the surrounding expanse like a soft, resting heartbeat. With every slow and effortless contraction of its clear, bell-shaped umbrella, the tiny jellyfish hovers just inches above the soft silt, perfectly balanced in a state of weightless grace. The harmonious interplay between its warm red tentacles and the cool, ethereal blue light creates a visual lullaby, drifting across the sea floor with the steady, soothing rhythm of a calm breath in the quiet night. In these remote and undisturbed underwater valleys, the concept of time seems to stretch, unspooling into a state of infinite quietude and rest. The living organisms that inhabit these deep trenches have spent millions of generations adapting to the surrounding darkness, learning to use light not as a sudden flash of alarm, but as a subtle, rhythmic language of presence and tranquility. Every shimmering wave that glides over a ctenophore's comb rose, and every soft blue glow emitted by a drifting hydromedusa belongs to an ancient, continuous chorus that plays out in absolute silence. As the slow abyssal currents trace their imperceptible paths along the ocean bottom, these gentle pulses of light continue to rise, bloom, and fade in predictable, comforting cycles. Floating effortlessly within the motionless gloom, these glowing wonders offer a serene reminder of a world where every movement is measured, every breath is calm, and the surrounding peace remains forever unbroken. Far below the sunlit surfaces of the ocean, where the final rays of blue light dissolve into shadow, lies a world defined by absolute stillness. Thousands of meters beneath the restless swell of wind and wave, the deep ocean floor rests in an undisturbed, perpetual twilight that gradually yields to pure blackness. The water here is cold and heavy, pressing inward with profound force. Yet the environment remains immensely peaceful. There are no sudden currents to disrupt the silence. Only the slowest, most gentle drift of water moving across vast plains of fine abyssal sediment. Over millions of years, this calm seabed has accumulated layers of soft silt, forming an underwater landscape that feels timeless and unhurried. In this quiet sanctuary, every movement is measured and deliberate, unfolding at a pace that mirrors the slow rhythm of the deep earth itself. Floating silently down through this endless liquid column, delicate particles known as marine snow drift like soft, celestial dust, descending from the sunlit waters far above. This continuous, quiet rain of organic material provides a subtle source of life for the specialized creatures residing near the ocean floor. Here, life does not struggle against the dark. Instead, it adopts the quiet grace of its surroundings. Organisms move weightlessly through the Bathypelagic realm, their transparent bodies tuned to the soft dynamics of the deep. Without the harsh glare of daylight, many of these ocean dwellers carry their own inner light, glowing softly to communicate, camouflage, or simply illuminate their solitary paths through the dark. The luminescence produced here is never sharp or startling, but rather a soothing, rhythmic display that emerges and fades like a quiet breathing pattern in the black water. Among these graceful inhabitants of the lower depths is a fascinating echinoderm that moves with subtle elegance just above the muddy seafloor. Hovering within 50 meters of the seafloor, the translucent deep-sea sea cucumber asterisk Anypniastes eximia emits a calm 3-second pulse of blue light that softly illuminates its coiled internal structure before slowly dimming back into the dark. This gentle emission of light glows warmly through its gelatinous, glass-like body, revealing the delicate form of its digestive tract bathed in a serene sapphire shade. The brief glow requires no effort or haste, shining just long enough to create a momentary sanctuary of soft color in the pitch-black water. As the 3 seconds pass, the light gently subsides, tapering off into a subtle shadow before disappearing entirely. The sea cucumber continues to float along its quiet trajectory, using its webbed structures to glide through the water with effortless composure. As the blue radiance fades completely into the dark, the deep trench returns to its enduring state of silence and rest. The temporary light leaves no trace behind in the immense ocean expanse, yet its peaceful cadence lingers in the quiet atmosphere of the abyss. Here, deep beneath the noise of the upper world, the steady, rhythmic pulse of bioluminescence provides a gentle reassurance of life's quiet persistence. Each soft emission of light is like a quiet breath taken in the dark, reminding us of the hidden harmony flowing through the Earth's deepest waters. As the translucent creature drifts further into the vastness, the dark cradles it gently, wrapping the entire seafloor in a state of profound, undisturbed stillness, inviting a peaceful, restful sleep to settle over all things. In the absolute quiet of the deep sea, far below the reach of wind, weather, and sunlit tides, the ocean floor resting thousands of meters down remains a realm of serene, perpetual calm. Down here, in the vast silences of the abyssal plain, life does not move with haste, nor does light shine with harsh intensity. Instead, illumination emerges as a soft, rhythmic breath, a whisper of cold light that warms the dark without disturbing its peace, rooted in soft benthic sediment down to 6,200 meters. The giant sea pen Umbellula encrinus generates slow, concentric waves of pale blue luminescence that ripple smoothly up and down its 2-meter stem when nudged by deep ocean currents. As gentle abyssal waters brush past its slender, feathery form, these concentric rings of cyan light cascade upwards and downwards, creating a mesmerizing pattern like gentle ripples across a still pond. There is no urgency in this display, no sudden flare or startled flicker. It is simply a quiet, luminous response to the steady drift of the deep ocean, an ancient dance of glow and shadow playing out in complete, unhurried tranquility. Even deeper still, where the seafloor plummets into the narrow, cavernous depths of ocean trenches, the rhythm of light slows even further, matching the silent, breathing pulse of the abyss. In these hidden chasms, far beyond standard soundings, sensitive scientific instruments lowered into the dark have quietly observed how life responds to the tremendous, peaceful pressure of the extreme depths. Benthic landers lowered into the Kermatic Trench at depths exceeding 7,000 meters have captured rare, low-frequency flashes of bioluminescence that gently swell and fade over 10 quiet seconds. These solitary emissions of light do not startle the surrounding gloom. Rather, they expand slowly like a soft inhale, reach a muted peak, and then gracefully subside into the dark over 10 leisurely seconds. To watch such a pulse, recorded by landers resting undisturbed on the trench floor, is to witness the very heartbeat of the deep world, a gentle, rhythmic glow that marks the quiet passage of time, where night never ends and peace reigns supreme. As we linger in thoughts of these remote depths, the gentle cadence of the trench ocean settles around us like a heavy, comforting blanket. Up above, the surface world may turn through seasons and sunlight, but down here, in the cold and quiet waters, all is still, balanced, and at rest. The sea pen continues its slow, hypnotic swaying in the benthic drift, sending soft ribbons of blue along its stem, while deeper in the Kermatic Trench, the rare 10-second pulses of light gently warm the black expanse before softly breathing out into total stillness. Every pulse is a quiet reassurance, a reminder that even in the vastest, darkest reaches of our planet, there exists a peaceful, rhythmic order. Let your breath synchronize with these slow, abyssal waves. Allow the pale blue light to fade into the soft background of your thoughts. The deep ocean rests in perfect silence, cradled by time and pressure. And now, it invites you to close your eyes, drift downward into calm, and rest softly in the quiet dark.